Hi, this is Julia Rose and Mitchell.
And this is human papillomavirus.
Virus.
Yeah.
Human papillomavirus, also known as HPV. Okay. So, the first part of our cell story is the infection/invasion. So, two people must have skin-to-skin contact, one of which is infected with HPV. HPV is a sexually transmitted disease, also commonly known as STD. The infection spreads through genital contact and the virus enters the cell. Then it'll inject the cell with its own DNA and RNA. The invasion of the HPV virus begins. And you can see we made a model of a cell with Legos, and there are photos here. The second part is the disruption/multiplication, and the human papillomavirus HPV enters the small intestine. It injects the cell with its own DNA, and in not too long the virus will begin the lytic phase. This is when the virus will start to reproduce itself, and this is called virus replication. For this to happen, the virus sends a message with proteins and ribonucleic acids through the mRNA so that the tRNA can decode the message and complete the process.
Okay. The cell story part 3 is the spread of disease and destruction. The human papillomavirus gets multiplied by if you scratch or touch or itch the wart you have on your skin. The virus travels throughout the small intestine and takes over the cell. Once the disease has taken over the cell, human papillomavirus begins to grow and more warts get on your body. The more the human keeps scratching, the more warts multiply. This is a common problem many people have with warts. It is the most commonly sexually transmitted virus in the United States. Eventually, the warts will go away and hopefully not come back. This is our city story, part 1, the infection invasion.
This is an analogy.
Yeah. A secret agent from Japan dresses as a CIA agent. He comes to the United States to kill the government and take over the entire country. He is looking for information about the U.S. war plan so he can tell Japan everything the United States is going to be planning for the war. He will also try to make the CIA overthrow the government. City story part 2. He convinces his colleagues that the U.S. government is evil. He turns the CIA against the government. Nobody realizes he's an agent from another country. His job is to make the CIA start a fight against the government and make war between the two groups, so he goes to the White House.
By the time the CIA agents realize he isn't who he says he is, the government has been overthrown. The government is no longer in control of the CIA, and he has manipulated most of the CIA into thinking differently around the subject. He has hijacked the CIA and ruined the government. The United States have been...
And this is our bibliography. We use this for sources and helpful images.
And then a couple websites on the right side for sources of useful information. We hope you enjoyed our presentation. Yay!